Hello, welcome to this overview video of Game Launcher Creator V2 Pro. My name's Danny J and I come all the way from Buybox Media. I'm the lead developer of Game Launcher Creator V2 and I just wanted to give you a quick overview and a quick showcase of some of the features of what Game Launcher Creator can do. If you're new to the software, then this is an ideal video for you to check out some of the features that are available in Game in Game Launcher Creator 2. Now, if you're already familiar with Game Launcher Creator, we already released the first version of the software way back at the beginning of 2018, and we have quite a lot of users who use the software. There's multiple uses for Game Launcher Creator. For example, you can create your very own professional looking game launchers for your game development. So if you're developing a game in Unity, Unreal Engine, Clickteam Fusion, Construct, Game Maker, anything like that, then once you've compiled your game, you can then create a game launcher. And these game launchers are not just bog standard game launchers. The features of Game Launcher Creator are quite advanced. They're easy to use, but they're quite advanced features. So that's the whole ethos behind Game Launcher Creator, is to provide you with professional features that are really easy to use and configure. For example, such as the update system that's built in. In Game Launcher Creator V2 Pro, you also have what we call the AOPS system, which is the Advanced Online Patching System, which enables you to give real-time patches to your users, so they don't have to keep downloading all the game's binary files. You can literally just patch which files have been modified, so you always keep the game up to date. Little features like that. Well, it's a big feature, the AOPS one, but also lots of other little features as well. But I'm going to try and cover as much as I can for you in this quick overview video. So as you can see here, with Game Launcher Creator, you can use the pre-made templates that come with it, or you can design your own game launchers. And over the last couple of years, I've seen some real cool game launchers get designed and brought in to Game Launcher Creator. So it's entirely up to you. If you're not really good with graphics or anything like that, then you can use some of the pre-made templates that come with Game Launcher Creator. However, if you do want to import your own graphics, you can do that as well. So you can create your own custom game launchers with Game Launcher Creator, and it's so easy. I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So this is one of our templates from the Game Launcher Creator software. As you can see, if you're familiar or you've seen this, you'll notice that I've added a few more buttons here, and I wanted to do that so I could show you exactly how easy it was or is to import your own graphics into Game Launcher Creator V2. So down here I have Game Launcher Creator Pro running. So the first thing that we need to do is just hop back here. I'm just going to get a canvas size of this, so we're running at 800 by 500 on the window. So what we can do is go to File, New Project, and we can type this in. So let's just call it Noise 2, author Danny, and you can see here there's some templates that you can select. There's going to be a lot more of these produced over the next few weeks, but as you can see, you can choose from a pre-made template, or you can just choose a blank launcher and design your own. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go for the 800 by 480. I'm going to click OK on that. Alright, so we know that our template is going to be 800 by 500, so I can change the window size here just by typing in 800 by 500. I click apply and it just makes all the changes. So as you can see down here now, in the pages dialog, we have our main page, which I can right click and select edit page, and this will load up the editor for this page. So as you can see, it's all visual drag and drop. All your tools are here in the object tool panel, and we can click any of these and put them in. We can resize them and do what we want, basically. So I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. So I've got my layered launcher that I've been working on here. As you can see, I can move things about, which is great. So I can simply copy that background just like that and just export the elements. So for now I can use JPEG. I can simply export that to a folder on my computer. I'm going to call it Noise 2 and I'm going to call it BG. So that's the background done. I'm going to show you how real easy and simple it is. I'm just going to right click on the main here and go to page properties. Here we go. So I can select the page properties as an image. As you can see, it will default to this purple color, and now I can go here and type in templates 2, noise 2, and I can get the background I've just exported, click on open, and it instantly applies it to my launcher. So back to Fireworks, and let's export some of these buttons. So I'm just going to show you a little trick what you can do with the buttons. What I tend to do is I copy this element out like so. I'm going to give it a grey background, just like that. I'm just going to fit it to canvas. There we go. So there's 3 stages of buttons. I'll just jump back here. So if you click on button, you can see that it inserts a button into your launcher. Now, when you go to the button properties, you'll notice there's 3 states. You've got up, hover, and click. So there's 3 states that the button can rely on. So what we do is we export 3 different states for this button. So, for example, I'm going to have no background on the default state, so I'm going to export that as a PNG32, so there's a transparent background to it. And I'm going to create another folder called buttons, so we can keep this organized, and I'm going to call it update 0. Then we want the state for when the user hovers over it, so we'll get the background to change to a grey. So I just simply export that again as update 1. And then when the user clicks on it, we need a state as well. You can leave it as the grey, or you can change it to something like that. So we can then do update 2. So now I can flick back here and import these button images. So to do that, all you do is select your button and go to properties, and it'll bring up the properties for that button here. So you just click on the up state, go to buttons, type in and click on update, and you can see it brings it in straight away, the graphic. Now you can see that the graphic size is not correct. We can easily rectify that by right clicking on it, going to object and resize to original. So now we have our button imported, but as you can see when we go to the properties, we still need to import the hover and click. We can simply do that just by clicking like that, and then for the click state, update 2. There we go. So I don't need to click apply or anything like that, it's already applied, so I can simply just pop that up there now. And then we click on the properties for that button. Now we know that it's checking for updates, and this works with the built-in update system here. So we just simply go to the button action and click on check for updates, so that now when our user clicks on this, it will use the built-in settings that we've got for the built-in updater here to check for any game updates. Alright, let's just quickly process out the rest of it. So we've got our title here. I can export that. Out of buttons, let's go back up to here and we'll just put title. Again, I'm just going to show you how quick and easy this is. You can just simply click on local image and it will come up with the default image here. Right click on properties and then select the image file name. So we can just go title. There we go. And as you can see, again, it's stretched. You can simply just do object, resize to original, and we'll get the original dimensions of that image. Now we can put this anywhere we want. We can resize it in the editor as well. As you can see, it's all real-time editing. So I'm just going to resize that back to original and pop it about there. Alright, what else do we need here? We've got a few more buttons that we need to export. So we've got our launch button. Yes. There's a layer I need to select here. That's the layer there. I'll just grab it like that, doesn't matter, because I can just line all this up. 0, 0, fit to canvas. Don't like look at that. Let's have a look what's going on there. Yeah, just need to line this up. There we go. Alright, so again we've got our 3 states of button, but I'm just gonna do 2 for this one. Don't really need to do 3. So we've got our launch state here, so I can export that straight away. So back into buttons, and this is launch. So launch 0, and then we need a colour for the hover as well. Let's change that to that colour, whatever that colour is. It's too early for me to even hazard a guess. A tealy, turquoisey kind of colour. So I can just do the 2 states for launch. So if I just nip back to our editor here and then insert another button, go to properties, and just quickly get the launch button. There we go. And then the hover is the turquoisey colour, and then I can just have the same for the click as well. I can just do object, resize to original, and pop it in there. You can see just how easy that was. So I'll click on properties. I'm going to get this to launch the game, so I would type in here game.exe, and I can also choose to close the launcher when the user clicks on this button as well. So game.exe, this is assuming that your game launcher is going to be in the same folder as the game's executable. So there's no pass needed here, just simply game.exe. Alright, let's insert another button, and let's just go back to here, and then we're going to do another button. In fact, I'm going to get my grey background back first. I'm going to export that, servers 0, and then we'll change the background colour again. Servers 1. You can see, I know it might seem like I'm going through this pretty quick, but I'm just showing you how quick you can actually do these things with Game Launcher Creator. It's so easy to do, to import your own artwork. And we also have a built-in library here, so you can choose from some graphics that we've already supplied with Game Launcher Creator. Alright, so what I'm going to do for now is I'm not going to bother with that third button that I've put in, because it's just going to take up too much time and it might bore you to death. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly export this back button, which I've already got here. So that'll be back 1. Now we need a back 0. Alright, let's just drag that over there. And then put another button in. And go for back. And back. And back. And resize. And there we go. Alright, so I don't really need the back button in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove that object because I don't need it in this first page here. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly save the project. So what I'm going to do is, in the Pro version you can add unlimited pages. So I'm just going to go over to the pages dialog and go to pages, add new page, and I'm going to call it servers. And then when you go to edit the page, you can see you've got a blank canvas. So we can quickly sort that out just by going to image for the background and then choosing our background image again. And then I can insert the title image, which is the noise. We'll pop it about there. Now I'm going to insert that back button. 1, 2, and 3. Object, resize to original. Pop that all the way over there. Let's bring this down here. Alright, so what's this back button going to do? Well, it's going to take the user back to the main page. So we simply just go to page for the button action, and then we tell it which page we want it to go to when the user's clicked. Alright, so on this servers page, I don't really have any test stuff I can put on there, but I'm just going to show you real quick how the query string object works. So this server query string object is probably one of the most powerful objects we have in Game Launcher Creator, because it allows you to communicate with a PHP file or a web page that will return some data. So I do have a test. Where is it? I think it's in splash test. Splash test, there we go. So test.php. So we go to the properties and we can have some before text. So we could put there are, and then the post text will be players online, and then the post URL will be https byteboxmedia.co.uk/splash test, and then test.php. Now this is just a simple PHP file that I've coded to generate a random number, but I'm just showing you how it will work. I'm just going to change the string color. Let's do something like white. That'll be better. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So what's going to happen is we're going to go from our main page here, and we're going to get it so that when the user clicks on servers, it will go to the servers page. And then once the user is on the servers page, if they click on the back button, it will take them back to the main page. So I'm just quickly showing you how multiple pages works. I'm also showing you how fast it was to integrate all this kind of stuff into your game launcher. Let's just quickly go to the splash screen, and I'm just going to import our background for the splash screen. In fact, we can jazz that up a little bit. Let's just go and find this, and then we can get our title. Let's just paste that in there, and then let's type in the noise. Actually, let's just keep it at that. Let's just make it a little bit bigger. Let's go for 126. So this can be our splash screen. So again, you can see how fast you can do this stuff. So now I can go to splash image and change it to that. There we go. Perfect. So at any time, at any stage, you can build your launcher to test it. So let's just build that and see how that works. Now obviously I don't have a game folder that this is going to go into, so there's no point me clicking on the launch button, but I'm just showing you how fast you can put these things together in Game Launcher Creator. So you can literally have unlimited pages, you can have intro videos, you can do a whole host of things. I'll try and cover a few more things after this build just to show you what else it can do. So that's all done now. So what I'm going to do is just going to close that. Okay, we'll keep that up for now. Let's just go back. So this is our built launcher, and here are all the data files for it. So if I run our launcher, there's our splash screen and then our first page, and you can see all the buttons are working when we hover over them. So when I click on servers, it now takes us to the servers page where it communicates with the PHP file that I've coded that generates a random number. So obviously you would code this PHP file to actually work with your server, your game server. And you can display how many people are online, and then when we click on back, it takes us back to this page. So you can literally have not just a game launcher that's got one page in anymore. You can have unlimited pages, and there's numerous options available to you with the Game Launcher Creator. So if I go back and view the launcher pages and the launcher settings, you can see that when you edit a page, you've got numerous options available here. So you can have a background image, you can have a plain color, or you could have a gradient, and all the options are there. You can also make, if you have a launcher that's got several pages in, you can choose which one is the starting page. So this will be the starting page after the splash screen is loaded. If you don't have a splash screen, it will be the first page that the launcher loads up. Excuse me. Alright, over here on the right we have our object tool panel, as you can see. So let me move my microphone there. So we have a whole host of objects that you can use. You can use cloud images, so you can use images that are actually stored on your web server. How cool is that? So this means that if you have an image that maybe changes every day or once a week or once a month, insert a cloud image, and then you can just update that image on your web server, and it will instantly update across all your users' game launchers. So you don't have to keep releasing an update for the launcher itself because you're using a cloud image, so it's updatable online. Your local image is for importing any local images that you want to use. Your text strings are similar to the server query, but you can insert text strings anywhere on your launcher. You can change all the formatting, such as the colors and the fonts. You can also insert videos directly into your game launchers, and again, even with the videos, you can resize them. At the minute I have, let's just check this. So if you wanted to pop a video in, you just simply click on video, and you can see you can actually drag and resize the video element to your liking. So if you wanted to create a video intro, then what you could do, I'm just going to pop this on the top layer. I'm just going to pop this on a lower layer, like so. So what you could do is you could position it at 0, 0 and just drag that out, and there you go. So you could create like a video intro, and with the pro version, you can select this option here which says go to page upon completion. So when you select that, you can then choose a page that the launcher will go to. So it'll play this video, and then when it finishes it'll go to the page of your choice. So that's good if you want to create a little video intro before showing your users your launcher. So I'm just going to delete that for now. So that's how videos work. We've also got a web view component where you can display a website or a web page directly in your launchers. We've already covered buttons. Cloud video. This is so that you can stream a video directly from your web server, and again it's useful for if you want to update that video. You can just update it on your web server and it will show in all your game launchers without you having to actually update the game launcher. We've got the query string, which is this, what we talked about earlier, where you can define, what PHP you can communicate with. You can communicate with servers. A lot of our users, well, not a lot, I'd say a good 50-50, 50% of our users do use this for GTA servers and stuff like that. They can show how many people are on the server. And for multiplayer games, a necessity. You can also use the GIF object, which will show up a GIF. So if you insert a GIF like that, you can insert your own GIFs just by going to properties and searching for a GIF. There's also other options such as opacity, so you can change the transparency of it. You can enable image clicks on your GIF files. And then we also have a built-in library here as well, where you can choose from a range of images that are shipped with the Game Launcher Creator, all for you to use completely freely and royalty free. You don't have to pay for any royalties. You've got commercial and personal use over all them images, or you can import your own to this library. That's quite simple to do. You just go to the directory or the folder where you've installed Game Launcher Creator 2, and there's a folder in there called lib. If you go into the lib folder, you can then copy and paste over any files that you want to show in your library. It's just quicker for you to access them. But as you can see, the library works pretty well as well. You just literally select what you want. So for example, this button, and it'll pop it straight in, and all the images that are related to that button are already put in for you as well. So that is the Game Launcher Creator V2. There is lots more to it. I highly recommend you go over the documentation on the website. We have a lot of features, especially with the Pro version. There's a lot of features with the Pro version. For example, you can check if there's internet. You can have your own system tray icon. You can even do full screen with your launchers, so it does a full screen game launcher instead of a windowed one. You can use the built-in update system. And there's also the AOPS patching system as well. If you need to, you can have stuff like background music, and there's a whole host of other features that you can go through. But there's full documentation available on the website. We also have a Discord channel which is very active with all the Game Launcher Creator users. Everybody's always there on hand to help, and we have a plethora of tutorials online as well for you. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick overview of Game Launcher Creator V2. We're very proud of the software, and we are constantly updating it to support new features and trying to make it maintain that #1 position of being the #1 game launcher creator available online for you to buy now. So check out the website if you've not seen it. It's at GameLauncherCreator.com, and I'll see you guys at the drawing board.